Do you long to be treated like Cleopatra, lounging on a chaise, enjoying grapes and palm fronds, being fed by handsome men? We all want to be treated like a queen. So today, we are going to work that receiving muscle until you drop. We're going to learn how to receive like the queen that you are. I'm Dr. Corey Blake, Sacred Leadership Institute. Welcome. So today we're going to be going through the 3 steps that you need to do in order to receive like the queen that you are. So the first thing we're going to talk about is really, what is a growth edge and why are we even talking about it to begin with? So a growth edge, your edge, is that place where you have a mixture of fear and excitement around something. So generally speaking, when we have something that we aren't comfortable with, there's generally kind of 2 different ways that we can approach it. One, if we have fear in our body, right? Like if we feel afraid or we have a pit in our stomach, that is really, really normal for us to experience when we're talking about doing something that's outside of our comfort zone. The question though is that fear serving you, or is it actually kind of in your way from getting what you want and expanding the way that you want to expand? And so the way that we tell is we check in with our body and we start to notice, okay, so when I think about this thing, am I just afraid? Is there just dread? Or is there another element there? A little element of turn on or excitement, of like, ooh, a little giddiness about, wow, I thinking of that sounds kind of interesting and I'm terrified. That is a growth edge. That place where there's fear and excitement. And so if we don't have the fear, it's not growth, okay? So fear is really good for us in many ways. We just have to figure out what's the greater good for us. Is it following that fear? Or is that fear telling us to stay away from something that's not meant for us? And the excitement, that pleasure, that turn on, that little piece in your body that's like, ooh, you've piqued my interest. That's what we want to pay attention to, okay? So now that we have a good idea of what a growth edge is, now we're going to talk about how do we grow into that growth edge in receiving. Because being treated like a queen is all about allowing yourself to receive. It's all about receiving all the good that's coming to you, letting other people take care of you, letting them fawn over you, letting them treat you like the goddess that you are. It's not a muscle that we're used to using. We are very, very used to saying no, just doing things ourselves, being empowered by the work and the striving that we can do as women. That we know we can accomplish it, right? Like we're really good and badass at getting shit done. What we've kind of weakened or lost in our system a little bit is allowing ourselves to receive, to lean back and to let the good come to us instead of striving and pulling where we want to go. Oftentimes what we want is coming towards us if we just recognize it for what it is and allow it to be there. So there's 3 major steps that we're going to take to work that receiving muscle. So the first step to working your receiving muscle is to believe down into your heart, into your soul. This is something that you deserve, okay? So believing that you deserve to be treated like a queen, that it is within your purview to get treated kindly, and that there is a divinity within you that is like ready and willing to accept the worship that comes to her. So believing that it's you, that you actually are deserving of this attention, that you are not having to reflect it back and give it back to someone else. That is where we often lie. When we get a compliment, it is so much easier for us to say, oh, no, that's, I didn't really work that hard on that. There's this flaw, it's messed up over here. And you did a great job on your presentation or your thing that you did. It was so much better than mine. That's so easy for us to do. We are talking about how are we deserving of getting the attention and being treated like a queen. We need to first step back and say, okay, I can actually receive this compliment in this moment. Someone is giving me a compliment that I have not sought out. They are doing it out of inspiration. They were inspired to say whatever they were out of honesty. It is okay for us to say thank you. Or yeah, I did work really hard on that and I feel really good about this thing that I did. That's one way that we receive. It's the first way that we actually flex that receiving muscle and we get it stronger and stronger. So the first thing to do, start noticing when you're accepting compliments or when they're coming towards you and try accepting them. You can even add in a little added bonus of like, yeah, that is true. It's actually really true. I'm good at that, or I did a really great job there, right? Yeah, awesome. That's a really amazing skill to have. Tip number 2, when someone offers something to you without you soliciting it, they are offering because they want to, right? So like if someone says, let's say you're having a dinner party and someone says, what can I bring for you? When they ask that question, they're asking because they want to, okay? Or for instance, like if someone were to say, can I help you with something? They're asking because they see that there may be a need or they just want to help you. And our tendency is to kind of self-protect a little bit and say, no, I've got it. No worries. Oh no, you don't have to bring anything. Oh no, I don't need any help. I got this. And the truth is, we do have it. Like we can absolutely do it on our own. There's no question about that. But we don't have to defend the ability of us to actually do the things, right? Like we've proven that we can do the things. We don't need to continuously defend that to show our worth and our value. The thing is, when someone actually offers to help us in some way, whether it's to carry something to our car or hold the door open for us, or bring something for a dinner party, when we say yes to them, it's actually a generosity on our part. We are allowing them to participate positively in our experience. We are giving them the opportunity to feel valuable, to contribute to something that they care about. And that is a way that we support one another. Our third point of flexing our receiving muscle is to allow, right? To allow ourselves to be taken care of. It can feel really freaking vulnerable. Really vulnerable to have someone else do something for you that you know that you can do yourself. So often what happens in our head is that we get stuck in this place of like, well, I know I can do that. So if I don't do that and I let someone else do it, then I'm being lazy. And the truth is, what you're actually doing is you are allowing for yourself to be taken care of. And when we do that, that actually fuels us. That brings us to a place where we have a much fuller cup, and then we can give more to those that we care about, to the causes that we care about. So the more that we can actually allow ourselves to receive the good that's coming our way, the better off the people around us are. So allow the people who care about you to take care of you. It is okay to do that. You can also still do things and be taken care of. Being taken care of does not mean that you are lazy or that you are not capable or not competent. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna, one, notice when people are offering you support or are trying to treat you like the queen that you are. Start to notice those things. And then what we want to do is we want to start to understand where our comfort space is. So where, when people give us compliments or try to give us things or do things for us, where do we feel okay in accepting it and owning it, and where do we kind of push back? And so I want you to pay attention to where might your growth edge be for receiving, where that little bit of fear and excitement is around the idea of actually accepting this thing that's coming to you. And your homework is to lean into that, is to lean into that growth edge and to say yes when someone offers to treat you like the queen that you are, and slowly expand and expand and expand that receiving growth edge muscle, so that then you get to absorb all the amazing trips that are coming your way, all of the abundance that's coming your way in bit by bit increments that grow and expand you in the process. So if you like this video, don't forget to hit subscribe, ring the bell so that you know when the next video is gonna drop, and please leave a comment down below. Let me know what you thought, and I'll see you next week.